Hey everybody, AZ Badfish here. Welcome back to PrimeFools. Man, I'm excited to be on the server today doing some stuff. So, if you guys remember, I had a pulsating iron cow over there, but after getting over 160 blocks, I swapped them out for a gold cow because I needed to make some logic processors so I could make another 64k storage cell. And man, this is just the best gold farm I've ever had. And I've built a few. So man, there's so many things I want to do, you guys. So many things I want to do. I want to get started on chickens. I want to get cows going for real. I want to start automating. What is automating, dog? Why don't you tell me? Automating. I want to start automating farms. I want to start doing all kinds of stuff, but we are a bit limited still, and I want to start working towards getting through that. One of the things that's limiting us, of course, is our ender pearls, and we need a bunch of those for various things that I want to build. But we're about to use a bunch of them today. I think if I head over to the zombie farm here, we can run in here. I've been like, I built this in the last episode, of course, if you guys remember, and I did a bit of sorting, not much, just important stuff that I wanted at the top. So I've got our ender pearls right here. I'm going to leave one because I need 4. Now I've got one here, and there's also one in the ME system. So that is, we've got 2 left, which we may need. But there's something I want to try here. So I don't know how waystones work. I have no idea how they work, but I only know that they are a thing because Super Turtle asked if I had one when I mentioned how far out I was, and I'm like, no, I don't. So I only have the vaguest of notions of ideas of how they work. So I'm hoping that I'm not about to waste a bunch of ender pearls, because in order to make a waystone, I need, just some stone brick. Now, why is this not showing me like accepts any stone? I don't know. But obsidian stone and warp stone, which requires ender pearls and purple dye. So I need 4 purple dye. Can I do it? I can. If I do this, we'll get rid of that. Do I have any bone meal? I do, so we don't need a whole bunch, but just enough. So we'll plop that down, grab some bone meal that a couple times. We can then take a few of these, make some red dye, and then plop all of those things back in the system. We can drop some of this stuff off in there as well. Put some bones in there. Hold on to that. Okay. So then we need, go back in here, waystone, wrong, waystone, purple dye. I need 4. And we'll put that back in there, click back on here. And I'm pretty sure I have an emerald, so yeah, bam, warpstone. Okay, so now, if I put that back in there, I should be able to waystone. Da-da-da! Alright, now, I have no idea, as I said, what this does, how this works. I don't know if I can plop this down, use it to hit other waystones. So like, I know Super Turtle has one. I'm pretty sure he's got one. So I don't know if that means I can use my waystone to warp to his waystone. I don't know if I can move it later. I have no idea. So I think for now, right here, right there. Enter waystone name. So I'm gonna call it AZ Badfish Base. Say done. Okay, so now what happens if I right clicked it, and that apparently activated it. What if I right click it again? Nothing. Shift right click, nothing. Left click, nothing. What do I gotta do to use it? Progression. Oh, that's breaking it. I don't want to break it. I mean, if I do at... Oh, you know what? I think I need a teleportation scroll. Oh, that would be bound to that. So I can only use... Can I use a return scroll that's bound to someone else's thing? Because this is kind of pointless if all I can do is return it to here. If all I could do is return to here, that's dumb because I could slash home and return to here. Can I make more than one of these? I don't know. I guess it's not really that important right now. I made one, so there, I've got it. I don't think I can really do anything with it yet, because I don't even have ender pearls. I could make a return scroll, but as again, like, it's bound to AZ Badfish base waystone. So I can only make one. Can I make it? I don't know. I'll have to research it, and it looks like it's a single-use thing, because it makes 3 of them. So that's no fun. Well, that was interesting. Good to know. I'm glad I wasted 4 ender pearls on that. Okay. So the next thing is I want to get some cows sorted out. All right. So what I'm doing now is just once again dumping out all of my fluid cows into this big pen, because I realized watching someone else's video. I mean, and I already knew this, right? Like, I've seen a couple videos where people were, like, searching through their animal nets, and they were like, but they actually said what they were. And, you know, people, like, instead of just fluid cow or whatever, it would say, you know, iron cow or something like that. I'm like, how is that? What mod am I missing? Because I can't, you know, Wayla doesn't tell me anything. I can't shift on them. I can't... You know, F3 doesn't tell me anything. Like, how do I find out what kind of cows these are? And I'm guessing the people were just name tagging them, right? Like, man, why didn't I think of that? So what I want to do, now that I've got all of those cows in there, except, of course, for the ones that I know where they're at. Like, I think, yeah, this is my... pulsating iron cow, and that is my gold cow. Those are the 2 that I know about. These are the ones that I don't know about. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to spend a little bit of time here with some buckets, and I've got a fluid trash can. Name tags, I don't have very many of them. I've got 2 in here. I've got 5, I think, in the zombie spawner. But the cool thing about modded is I can craft them with some string, with some slime balls, and some paper. So I'm pretty sure I have a lot of this stuff already. I don't know how many though, so I'm going to make a bunch of these. And I'll go ahead and take those. That was all of my string. Do I have... That's not good. Do I have any more wool? I do. I have plenty. All right, good. Good. I've also got sheep up there. All right, so I'm going to get sorting out these guys, and I'll come back to you in a bit. Okay, so I've got all the cows now sorted out and named. I've got a water cow, a naphtha cow. I have no idea what that is. Naphtha is from the... Oh, I guess animal nets from the hatchery. Chocolate milk, syrup, quicksand, 2 liquid sunshine cows, a meat cow, which I think is pretty good. Seared stone, which is pretty nice. And then a bunch of metal cows, iridium, aluminum, terrasteel, a bunch of stuff. Manulin, that's interesting. Enderium, Endurium, I don't know if I can use that for anything. A lot of the stuff, I don't know what it is. Energetic alloy is pretty good. Electrum, solarium, I'm excited about that. We're going to need some of that pretty soon. Ardite is, I guess, good. Molten steel, I think I have 2 molten steel cows. Yeah, 2 pulsating iron cows. Nickel. Glass is pretty cool. Biofuel cow, liquid fertilizer, sludge, sewage, and some slime cows, and a dew of the void, which is something else. I don't know what it is or what it's used for, but I've got those cows now, and we're going to get them set up pretty soon. I have also named this guy into molten gold. Now, there's 1 cow left, and now this cow is interesting. I brought you guys back. It's been a few minutes, so hopefully I'm able to milk him again. See, here's the thing. I right-clicked on him with this bucket 325, which is from Vanilla Minecraft, and I got nothing from him. All it did was change it into a bucket 4100 from Minecraft Forge. So I'm not sure if that just glitched out or something, but I still have no idea what kind of cow this is. So I want to see. Yeah, see, I can't right click on him with this bucket. What about this one? All right, so maybe he's just not ready yet and he needs a few more minutes. Okay, how about now? No? Still no? Huh. Alright, I've AFK'd at the zombie farm for a few minutes. I've finished watching a YouTube video, and now there's an eclipse. So, luckily we got our mega torch going. Yeah, it's been a while. Hopefully this will let me do stuff now. I was looking at some AE stuff. Can I milk you now? No, I can't. I even DC'd and reconnected. This guy's been just milking away. Like, there's all kinds of stuff over there. So there's something going on with this cow. You are a glitchy cow, and I don't know what to do about that. So I think for now, we'll just pick him up and we'll store him. I mean, I guess I'll store him up here as an unknown because I don't know what he is. But it doesn't matter because I can't get stuff from him anyways. And this is annoying the crap out of me. Can I clear it? No? Alright. Well, okay. Oh yeah, I wanted to show you guys this. Check this out. Look how long it takes me to break the fences with this mattock. What is going on with that, man? I thought that a mattock is... right, it's an axe and a shovel, right? It should work on both, but I mean, it's not very good. Like if I hold shift, axe level cobalt, shovel level cobalt. I know the mining speed is slow, I guess. I could maybe put some redstone on here, which I probably should. I just like even this though, like when I don't remember if I cut it out or what, but in that last episode where I built that colossal chest, I was unable to break the chest walls with the mattock. I actually had to make a crappy little axe real fast, and that was really weird. Now normally this is not an issue because I can just vein mine, and now I don't have to worry about it, right? But for things where I'm trying to be, you know, maybe a little more precise, this is not very good. So any suggestions you guys have? Is it my tool? I mean, it's cobalt. Manulin, I mean, it doesn't show you. I don't remember everything I used to make it, but like it's just not very good. Let me know down in the comments if you have any suggestions for that. Alright guys, so I've been sitting here thinking about how I want to do these cows. Like, do I want to like build the cow stuff above ground, maybe put them underground? It's going to take up a lot of space either way. You know, and I've been thinking, you know, like, because this contraption here is pretty good. It's pretty straightforward, but I think I can compact it a little bit with a pretty cool block in here. If we take a look at it, it's called the Rancher, and if I remember, it's from Mine Factory Reloaded, and it takes some interesting things to craft, right? So we've got electrical steel, which you guys probably know. It's iron, coal dust, and silicon. I actually have a few of those in the bank already. Fluid conduit's pretty easy too. Quite clear glass or any fused glass and conduit binders, which I still have a bunch of. Shears, obviously, machine chassis, stuff that we've built before. Plastic sheets, though, is one that could be interesting. So in order to get those, you need 4 raw plastic, and luckily it's a 1-for-1, but you got to do it in groups of 4, so you do get 4 plastic sheets out of it. But for the raw plastic, you can melt down a few things. One of them is a rubber bar, which itself comes from melting down raw rubber. So I basically got to smelt down rubber twice to get that plastic stuff. And then the real interesting one is this Z-Logic controller, which you may be guessing is why I built the zombie farm last episode. So we've got the solarium, which I mentioned earlier with the cows. I was excited about having that cow because now this is going to be easy to get. We need silicon, we need a zombie head, but you need to build that in a machine called a slice and splice. Slice and splice. So if we look that up, that itself requires a head of some kind, and you can use a zombie head, which is great. A bunch of solarium, some things, and some other things. So I need to get crafting on that type of stuff, and I wanted to point out I do have a few rubber tree saplings that I have gathered. I do not know what what their space requirements are to grow them, so I've just now planted them before starting this clip. But yeah, so I think I'm going to get crafting. We're going to get some Z-Logic controller, some slice and splice stuff going, and hopefully we'll have a rancher here pretty soon. Okay, so I'm here and I've got some stuff in my inventory. I've got the rancher all created, so that's pretty cool. Now the thing about these ranchers is that they will take, excuse me, a farming tool and use it in like a 5x5 area in front of it. So like if you put, I think you can put a shears in here and it'll like shear the sheep in a 5x5 area in front of it, or you could put buckets in and it will milk cows in a 5x5 area in front of it, which of course is what we're going to use it for. Now you may have also noticed that I have a chisel in my inventory, and I was going to hold off on chisel and bits until I felt a little bit more comfortable with all this crazy stuff that I'm doing with these machines and things, but I think I can probably step in and do a little bit at a time here. So what I'm curious about is how exactly this works. All I know is what the tooltip really tells me. I've seen some people use it, of course, in this stuff that I've seen, but I don't know exactly how it works. So it's right click to open GUI, left click to target chisel blocks in the world, okay, and then what was the other thing? Target block by leaving it in the inventory. So if I right click to open the inventory, all right, and then what? I can put it in here, and then I can just pick different versions of this. I kind of like this one. Oh, it made all of them. Okay, can I change it back? I can. All right, that's cool. So now what does that mean? How do I do that? Chisel a block in the world? I don't know. We'll figure that out. We'll mess with that later. This was the big thing that I wanted. So I've got some cool looking blocks here, and I want to make up an area that is 5x5, probably starting right here. You see, this is just 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It just feels like it's slower than it should be. 1, 2. So what I really want is 3, 4, 5. One more here like that. Yeah, that block looks pretty cool. It's not directional, is it? No. No. All right, that's cool. I'm glad it's not directional. That kind of annoys me about the new glazed terracotta blocks. But yeah, so that actually looks pretty cool. We are going to fence these guys in with glass just because I think it looks cooler than regular fence. Hopefully I've actually got enough. Yeah, barely. So like this, and then no, like that. Okay, and I'll put like a fence gate or maybe some trapdoors in there or something. But actually, I won't even need to get in there. That's the whole thing. So if I put this rancher down, yeah, I'm pretty sure this is the front and this is the back where you get stuff from. I will need to put buckets in here, and then we'll have to devise a system, one, to give it energy. So that's one thing we're going to have to do. And then I want to basically take the buckets from here, pass them down below, and set up a whole system to deal with the buckets. So I gotta get digging. Alright, so let's see if we can figure this out. I've got these 2 basic capacitor banks and one of those advanced photovoltaic cells. I don't know, one of those one of the same solar panels that we built from back over there that's powering our ME system, and being right next to it, the blocks touching, the rancher is getting power. So what we need to do is kind of, before I can really do anything with this, is I need to sort out all of the filtering system. So basically what we're going to have to do is get a bucket of liquid from each cow before we put it in here so that we can build a filter. for each one, because there has to be a filter for every single cow that's in here. Otherwise, it ain't really going to work. So we'll start with the one up top, and we want it set to in and out. And on the insert, insert should be, you know what, we do need a filter here because we only want to be inserting an empty bucket. All right, and we want that whitelisted. That's fine. And then on the extract, I want this to be always active, but we are going to blacklist an empty bucket. So now it will only extract buckets when they have fluids in them, and it will only put in empty buckets through this. So that should be good, right? Let's just double check. Sure, insert whitelist buckets and extract always active, blacklist empty buckets. Cool. So then we can run down here. Now the cow that I've selected for our test is our molten manulin cow. And I've got a molten manulin bucket here ready to go. So I'm thinking let's actually start here on the left, because left is always the right direction. This is always on in and out. So for the insert here, we want another item filter, and I'm going to whitelist our manulin buckets. And then for the extract, it's going to be, we need another item filter, and we're going to whitelist empty buckets. So we will only pull out empty buckets, and it will only put in, I want this always active, and it will only put in molten manulin buckets. So that is pretty cool. Then I need to actually come in here and configure, I guess, this fluid tank itself. So I want it to be always active. Go to configure. All right, cool. And is that? Yes. Okay, that's really cool that it shows me this. So from here, I want to, is it right click? I want it to be push pull. And then can I change the bottom to be push? I can. Great. So that's what I want done there, and it's always active. Okay, so when we get a bucket in the rancher after it's milked the cow, that bucket should come down here, go into here, and then we're going to hook this up because it's manulin. Now over here I've got this set up so that I can just quickly craft these things that I need. Because it's manulin, we can put it into a casting basin. So I think right there is pretty good. I'm trying to think of how I want to run okay, this is gonna work out good. All right, so now what I need is a fluid conduit. We will shift click onto this guy. We'll change this to extract, always active. And this is insert. Nope, insert. All right, so that's set up. And then we will just take the output here. And we're actually going to run this into, I think, a store system, which could be a lot of fun. So I want to mess with that here for a bit. But that is pretty much how this is going to work. I will move this torch over here. Should still be good. Yeah. All right. All right. So what I need to do is, holy cow, it's dark. Sleeping bag, go. Sleeping bags are great. Okay, so I think what I need to do, I'll need to keep one empty bucket on me. If I put those buckets in there, and now I've got my cow here. I can put the cow in there like that. There's now 4 buckets. Okay, where did it go? It should have gone in here. Or did I only put 4 buckets in? we'll wait and see what this idle timer. This is how long it takes in between. I don't know if I can upgrade that or not. Okay, so that's didn't do anything. What is this? I thought this was like an internal tank that it could use, so I don't think that this is a problem, right? In and out. Whitelist, that. Extract, blacklist, empty bucket, always active. Okay, now there's 3 buckets, so it definitely took one. Where is it putting that stuff, though? Okay, so I messed around in Creative for a bit, and I think I've figured something out that we can use. So, I rewired the bottom here a little bit, so now our fluid tanks are going to be also connected to this line up here, and this is our return line now for the empty buckets. So I've got a filter here with a whitelist for empty buckets pointing up into that guy right there. Then, what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to get a chest ready, and I'm going to break this and slap a chest on there, because you saw that? This bucket came flying out of there. So I guess if this guy has buckets in here, see, now he's no longer got stuffed items, and if we watch, there's 4 buckets now. The idle timer, bam. So now there's 3 buckets, and there's 2 buckets of manual. Sweet. All right. So now what I've got to do is basically just connect this up like that. We'll have this on extract. Actually, we basically wanted to pull everything out of here, right? So we don't even need a filter, just always active. It's now going to pull these out. Those buckets are going to empty into the fluid tank. The fluid tank is going to drain into the casting basin. The casting basin is going to dry them out or cool them off and transport them down this direction into, and I've got some stuff here, a drawer controller, and now we've got set up for 10 right now, so we'll just go ahead and put down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 for right now. And then we will hook this up like that. Obviously, slap that on insert. And, yeah. Oh, I need those keys is what I need. And this is set to extract, always active. There we go. Nice. Nice. So, now, all I've got to do is kind of go through and figure out what cows I need, and obviously make the filters that I need for them, and then stick them in here. Alright guys, it looks like I've got about 12 cows in the system now, and I put a glass cover on them just because, again, worried about lightning. So this is working out pretty good. Come down here and show you some of the different options you can do. I've got a casting table here with an ingot cast in it, and I'm making seared stone bricks with my seared stone cow. And also I've got a demonically gargantuan drum that is holding biofuel, and if I right click it you can see 44,000 out of 65.5 million micro buckets. So I'll be able to get over 65,500 buckets of biofuel in that thing, and that's pretty great. The rest of the stuff shipping into the drawers, doing great. I've got some Enderium, steel, aluminum, gold, pulsating iron, energetic alloy. I've even got clear glass. Manulin was the first one, solarium. We know about the steel brick, or the seared bricks, and ardite. So hopefully I'll be able to get some better cows here pretty soon. I've got an idea. I actually know of a way that we can get a bunch more fluid cows now pretty easily, but unfortunately that and everything else will have to wait for another episode, because I am most definitely out of time for this one. Thanks for sticking with me, guys. If you watched the whole thing, if you did like it, please leave the video a like, and hit subscribe if you're enjoying the content. Don't want to miss any. Make sure you leave me a comment down below. Let me know what you think about my basic cow setup here, and yeah, check out the links to the other PrimeFools down in the description, and until next time, you guys, I'll see you later. Bye bye.